YouTube, Kurt Curtis, and part-time eBay seller. Take all my profits and invest them in dividend stocks, which in today's video we are going to talk about. I had a decent week in sales, but as far as sourcing goes, I didn't go to any estate sales. There wasn't really any in my area. I didn't go to any thrift stores. I didn't pick up anything this week. So I figured I'd take the time in this video. I'm going to show you guys everything that sold for the week, and then after, if you want to stick around, I'm going to go in great detail and talk about dividend stock investing, why I do it, and how it works, and why I like it. Alright, first up, sold a PC game, the Ultimate Hidden Object Combo Pack. This is new sealed. I got this for 14 cents, ended up selling for $9.99. Sold a little book lot, nothing crazy here. Just these two books by the same author, like Karen Kingsbury, Summer and Sunrise. I got these at a yard sale. If I had to guess, I paid 50 cents each for these, and they ended up selling for $9.99. Next up, I sold a mango lot. I didn't want to do multiple trips, so I just have it laid out here already. But yeah, this is a lot of 17. I'm not really sure how to say this, like what, Naruto or Naruto. So yeah, these bunch of random volumes. So from my experience with these mangas, like they don't have to be a complete set or all the volumes right in a row. Like these are kind of just random ones, and it's still sold. So as always, I have 37 cents a piece into these mangas, and I have $6.29 in the stack. Ended up selling for $38.24. And even though this is heavy, it'll ship immediate mail, so it won't cost that much to ship. Next up, I sold another one of my CDs I don't use anymore. I have another John Frusciante CD. This one is called Enclosure. These have never been used. They're in perfect condition, the discs. And this ended up selling for $15.99. Sold a video game. We got this DS game, Rune Factory. I got this from a thrift store. I paid up for it. I paid $8.12 for this, and it ended up selling for $18.49. So after fees and shipping and all that, I'll probably make around like $5. So probably not the best investment, paying over $8 to make $5, but it is what it is, and at least it sold, and at least it made some money. I sold this Monster standard interconnect cable. I'm actually not really sure what this is for. I think I picked this up at a yard sale for $1, ended up selling for $9.49. All right, I sold this 311 Unity Tour t-shirt from 2016. I don't remember what I paid for it. If I had to guess, it'd probably be around $2, and ended up selling for $14.24. Next up is a DVD sale. Got Spice World. This is new sealed. I got this for $2 at an estate sale last week, and it sold pretty quickly for $24.99. Sold this PreSonus audio interface. Honestly, don't know too much about these, but this is a consignment deal. So I was selling a bunch of audio stuff for my friend, and this is the last item I have finally sold. For me, I'm not a huge fan of consignment, but I do it from time to time. I have no plans of doing it anymore right now, but how I do it is after fees and shipping, whatever is left over, I will split 50-50. And in this case, this was one of my friends, so I was okay with doing it for him. He doesn't need this stuff anymore because he's actually out traveling the country, hiking mountains and doing wildlife photography. And he actually has a YouTube channel about it now, so I'll link that in the description if you're interested in that. But this ended up selling for $69.10. Sold another DVD, Hunters, new sealed. This is from that same estate sale last week. I got this for $2 and ended up selling for $16.99. So that stack of DVDs I got from that estate sale is going good so far. All right, got my bin over here with my pants in it. I sold, here they are, a pair of Dickies. These are new with tags. I forgot where I got these, but I have listed down that I paid $3 for them, and they ended up selling for $21.24. All right, I sold another lot of Sweet Valley High books from that box I got recently. This is a lot of 6 Super Edition books. So I have 44 cents into each book, so I have $2.64 in the stack, and it ended up selling for $22.79. Got a t-shirt sale. Got this WWE Legacy shirt. Pretty cool. I don't remember what I paid for this. Ended up selling for $12.74. Sold a CD. We have Train, My Private Nation sealed. I think I got this at a yard sale, probably paid 50 cents or $1 for it, ended up selling for $9.99. Sold a little mango lot. We got this one right here, like Hannah, Kimi. For the mangoes, I have 37 cents into each book, so I have $1.11 in the stack. This one sold for $10.74. All right, I sold this lot of 9 blank sealed VHS tapes. I get these for various prices. Typically, I think I pay 50 cents for these. A lot of times, these are like throw-ins. I get them for free. I know one lady at like a garage sale, estate sale, gave me some for free. So I want to say like at least half of these I got for free. So I might have like a couple bucks into the stack. Ended up selling for $25.49. We'll have to see how heavy this is and where this is going to see how much money I actually make. But yeah, that's that. Sold this like Family Guy t-shirt. I can't imagine I paid more than $1 for this thing. Ended up selling for $9.99. All right, I sold this lot of 29 blank audio cassette tapes. I got a box of blank media at a yard sale for $4, which had all these in it. And I think it had a couple other things, but for the most part, it had these. I had these listed in lots of 5 because that was the biggest lot I could make while still shipping it first class, and they just weren't selling. Like I lowered the price to like as cheap as I could lower it while still making a couple bucks, and they still weren't selling. So I just took down the listing and relisted the whole lot all as one listing, and it sold within, I don't know, a day or two. And I got $34.99 for this lot of 29 cassettes. And the last thing going out for the week is this Panic at the Disco t-shirt. Don't remember what I paid for this either, probably a couple bucks. Ended up selling for $12.74. All right, I wanted to take a few minutes to try to explain dividend stock investing and why I do it and why I like it. So how it works, if you don't know, it's a different strategy. It's not a traditional strategy. Like normal stock strategy would be to buy a company low or when it's first starting out, or a company you think that's going to grow. You know, hold the stock for a few years, maybe even longer, and then sell it and then cash out and get a bunch of money at once. Dividend strategy is a little different. The one I prefer, it's a little more grindy, long-term, but I feel it's a little bit safer. How it works is certain companies, usually well-established companies that have been around a while, will pay a dividend. And what that means is just for owning the stock, you will get paid a set amount of money, typically every quarter, but it can be every month, just for owning the stock, regardless if the price goes up or down. And you don't have to sell the stock to get this money. Just for owning it, you'll get paid out. So for example, we'll say stock A might pay 50 cents a share every quarter, so you'll get paid 4 times a year. If you have 100 shares of this stock, you're going to get paid $50 without selling your stock. And yeah, like I said, typically stocks will pay every quarter. So say this stock A, they might pay January, April, July, and October. You get $50 every quarter. So if you own a variety of companies, like all kinds of companies, you're going to end up getting paid every month because different companies are going to pay during different months of the year. So you'll get money coming in every month as long as your portfolio is diversified and you have a lot of different companies. So the strategy here is you never want to sell your stocks. You don't want to sell them. You're not looking to buy these stocks low and sell them high and cash out. You're just looking to buy them, hold them, never sell them, and just collect the income coming in, the cash flow. So because that's the strategy, the price doesn't matter too much. Like you're not concerned if the price of the stock goes up or down. Like it's nice to see your portfolio grow, like if your stock you bought goes up in value. But also it's okay if it goes down too, in my opinion, because then there's better buying opportunity. Like basically the stock's on sale and you can buy more at a cheaper price. So from my experience, if the price goes up, you know, I'm happy because my portfolio value is going up. If the price goes down, I'm fine with that too, because then I can buy more shares at a discount price. Also, what you can do is reinvest the dividends. So say you're getting your $50 dividend payment. This is just an example. It's not going to be $50. Depends on the company, depends on how much money you have invested. But say you get your $50 dividend payment. When you're buying these stocks, certain brokerages will allow you to reinvest the dividends. Just when you're buying the stock, you click the reinvest dividends, and they'll take that $50 and automatically buy more shares of that same company for you. Because what am I going to do with $50? You're not really going to buy too much. So now you're getting more shares for free, basically. So next time you get paid next quarter, Now you might have 101 shares instead of 100, so you'll get paid $50.50 instead of $50. And then the next quarter will be even more. And over the course of a long time, this can snowball and it can get out of control. It might take a while, like 5, 10, 20, even up to 30 years, but it can get out of control. Also, if you're deploying money constantly too, as well as reinvesting these dividends, like your portfolio will grow pretty quickly. It'll start off slow, but the longer you do it, the faster it's going to grow. Some companies will raise dividends. Actually, a lot of them do. So if it's a well-established company, usually once a year, they'll just raise the dividend. And if you already own the stock, like you don't pay anything, you get paid more money. So that company that was paying 50 cents a share, maybe next year they start paying 52 cents a share. So now you don't even do anything and now you're getting more. And over the course, of 10 years, they're raising it once a year. You initially bought the stock at 50 cents a share, you might be getting 60, even more. Some companies raise it a lot more aggressively than others, but that is also something to consider. You're going to need a lot of money though. This is not something you're going to invest $1,000 in and start getting hundreds of dollars in payments. It's just not how it works. You need a lot of money to make a lot of money, but it's good to just start as soon as possible. And because the more time you have on your hands, the better off you are, because the more time you get to reinvest dividends, compound interest. So what I do is, this is why I sell on eBay, because if I'm just working my normal job, I could invest some money, but it's not going to be enough for this strategy to really work, or, at a fast pace. So that's why I sell on eBay, and I use all that money so I can deploy it into the stock market. And sometimes I also, if I have extra money from my normal job, I deploy it too. And at the same time, you're getting dividend payments that are reinvesting. So you just keep adding money, your dividends come in, you reinvest them. And then, one day you might have enough to not have to work full time or even work at all. So I deploy money once a month, mostly because of eBay, buying stocks on sale. So I have a watch list of all the companies I own and all the companies I'm interested in owning. And when it comes time for me to buy once a month, I'm going to take a look at this and see where the best deal is, see if there's any value out there, because even a well-established company can have a bad quarter, or there's some drama in the news or the media that causes the stock share to go down in price for the short term. And that could present a good buying opportunity, and you can get stuff on sale. So I don't have set in mind, like, hey, I'm buying this stock this month. Like, that's not how I do it. When it comes time to buy, I take a look at everything, see what's going on, and I try to get the best deal possible. If there's no good deals, I'm still going to deploy money in the market. Everyone might not agree with that, but that's how I do it, because I'd rather have the money just in and working for me. In my opinion, this is the best form of passive income there is, but you're putting in the work up front. Like, I have to work for the money, and then once my money is deployed, then it's generating passive income. So it's not completely passive. Once your money's working for you, then it is completely passive. You don't have to do anything. But obviously you have to work to get the money in the first place. And so if you have a variety of companies, you'll get paid every month, because different companies are going to pay different months of the year. And when you own a variety of companies, own a lot of different companies, you're getting paid every month. I get paid every month from several companies. So you're basically getting monthly income by doing this. It's just different stocks are paying you different times throughout the year. Honestly, it can be very difficult to actually completely retire with this strategy, although it is possible and people have done it. It just depends on how much money you can put into the market. It also depends on your lifestyle. If you're buying a bunch of stuff that you don't really need and that kind of thing, then you might not make enough money in dividend payments. But if you do this, I think, the longer you do it, the better. But I think if you're consistently doing it and you have some kind of side hustle or side part-time job or business or something that you're deploying like a decent amount of money every month, and if you do it for 10 years and you don't have any kind of debt and your bills aren't that much because you're not buying things you don't need, like, I think it's very possible to not even have to work full-time and maybe just have to work part-time because your dividend payments are covering some of your bills. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to have it cover all your bills, but that may or may not be realistic. But I mean, to only have to work part-time and you're not even close to retirement age, like that's pretty cool. You can sell your stocks at a click of a button, but in my opinion, you don't want to do that. It kind of messes up the whole strategy. So if you're in a tough situation where you need cash like instantly, like you can sell your stocks, you can get out of it and get your money back. Maybe you even make money if your stocks went up in value. Maybe you don't if they went down. But yeah, you can get your money back if you need to, but I would not recommend this. It kind of messes up the whole strategy. You just want the money in there, you want it working for you, and you want to use the passive income, the cash flow, as your reward, not selling the stocks. But that is an option if you do run into a situation where you need your money. But in my opinion, if you're going to do this, any money you deploy, you have to be very confident that you don't need that money anymore. Like any money I deploy in the market, I pretend that money does not exist. I will never touch the money. The money will work for me and I will get the dividend payments. But yeah, that's why I sell on eBay on the side. I pretend like I don't make that money. I make it, but I pretend like it doesn't exist. It goes in the stock market. I use my regular job to pay my bills. And yeah, that's how I do it. So taxes, you do get taxed on dividends. So this is, I don't know why everyone's so afraid of taxes and they don't want to do anything because they're going to get taxed. Like you work a job, you're not going to not work a job because you're getting taxed on your paycheck. Like if you're getting taxed on something, it's obviously it sucks, but it's a good thing because you're making some serious money to the point that you're getting taxed. Like you sell on eBay, you got to pay income taxes. Dividends, a form of income. You're going to pay taxes on it. You work your regular job, it's a form of income. You're going to pay taxes on it. Like any income, you're going to pay taxes on. Dividends are no different. But I'm not an expert on how the taxes work for dividends, but as far as I understand, it's not as bad as like normal income. Like if you're not going to get taxed as hard as you do like if you work a regular job. But I don't know that for sure. You'll have to talk to an expert for that. And before I finish here, I want to say this is still risky. Like the stock market can be risky. Like some of these companies that have been paying dividends for 50, 100 years, like it's possible they go out of business, but it's unlikely in my opinion. Like if a company's been paying a dividend for 100 years and they're raising the dividend every year for 100 years or 50 years, 25 years, like there's a good chance they're going to continue to do that. And so you're not really going to want to invest in these like startup companies or like something that, I don't know. You want to invest in blue chip companies. They're pretty boring, but they've been paying for a long time and they're going to be around for a while. But with that in mind, there is also risk involved. A company can cut their dividend at any point if they want to. They don't have to give you a heads up or anything. They just cut it. So if these companies though that have been raising it for, so many years, like their reputation is on the line because that's what the value of their stock is. They're known for raising their dividend. They're known for paying their dividend. So that company can cut their dividend if they want, but if they do, their stock price is going to tank because they just ruined their reputation. But yeah, there is risk involved. So if you can't stomach your portfolio going up and down in value all the time, and you have to think about the long term and know that your portfolio is going to be down at times. It's going to be up at times, but you're just in it for the income, for the passive income, for the cash flow. And that's the way I look at it. But if you can't stomach that, then this may not be for you. I've only been doing this for maybe 2-3 years, but I plan on doing it for the rest of my life. And that's why eBay is great. I'm able to make money off of eBay on the side while living my normal life, and then invest in the stock market. Because if I wasn't able to do that with eBay, like I wouldn't be able to have that much money to deploy. I mean, when you're going to first start, you might only have $50 a paycheck or $100 a month to do that, and that's fine, but like that's not going to cut it in the long run. You're not going to be able to just halfway retire in 10 years with that. Like the more you need a lot of money. So I would recommend a side hustle like eBay or anything, whatever you want to do, mowing lawns, something to give you extra money, and that way you don't have to cut into your normal spending to buy stocks with. But yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything. I probably did, but that's just why I use my eBay money to buy dividend stocks. I think it's a really cool passive income kind of thing, and most people my age aren't even thinking about this. That's just why I like dividend stocks. I think it's really cool that you can just have your money working for you in the background and you're making money like literally while you sleep. As of right now, like this is kind of why I don't want to do eBay full time or even use eBay to pay bills, because then like sure it would pay my bills, but then I wouldn't have much money to invest, and the whole point of doing this is so I have extra money to invest. But yeah, I know one person sent a comment in my videos asking me to, talk about this more. So I figured since this week there was no sales to go to or anything, I'd use the time to just explain what I do. And if you're going to do this on your own, I strongly suggest you do your own research. Don't just take my word. I am not an expert. I'm not a tax professional. Do your own research. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. I hope this helped help some people understand why I sell on eBay and what I actually do. Until next week. I showed up to the art sale late.